A Thanksgiving tradition continues as the teams are lined up and off we go here in Dallas. Return starts at the 3. They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
Throwing from the gun here. That's Flanoy. He's got it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing now on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Back to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Officially an even 40 yards on the punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Go. Red on red.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Red 23, big 13 heavy.
They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
13 loop.
Going to the ground again on 1st.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down.
Hey, easy. Route.
Hauled in left side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. So now here's 3rd and 5.
11. 30 left. Hey, Lion. Silver.
Lawrence throwing here. Dumped off to his running back. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. They get 6 and a first down as well.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Hey, kill.
Here's Etienne on first down. And that run very short, only getting to the 27. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Take right open.
On second down, it's Etienne. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. Oh, trying forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Defender smart there to get a hand on that one. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Cam Little to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Has this at the 6. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
Getting right back to it after that interception. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, He's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Throw on third down. He fires one deep down the middle. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. 45 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Red on red. Smash, smash. Go, go. There we go.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We're 1 quarter closer to some turkey as we reach the end of one on Thanksgiving. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 13. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down around the 34.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally. But really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
They send the tight end in motion. 3rd down, Lawrence to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one was beautifully struck. It goes right down the middle.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Takes it just shy of that end zone. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Hand off to the back. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a gain of 4 there. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Let's go. Trap 60, trap 60. Hut, hut.
From the 31. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Come on, set. Hut.
On first down, they'll run. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Brought down back at the 36-yard line.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Set. Ready.
They'll try and throw it here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Hey, smash, drop go.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Sheds up a rush. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
A loss of 9 brings up fourth down.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense.
Okay, ready.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, first and 10.
Hey, easy, route, route. Sink right.
Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up second and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Easy, 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 easy. Hey, lion, lion. Chip, chip. Silver.
They go right back to Etienne. And this one doesn't go far. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves them with third and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Etienne on third down. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up second and 6.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
ETN again. Along the sideline inside the 25. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Take right open, heavy.
Slot man motioned over. Trying it right side with ETN. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
11. Easy, lead a...
On the run, it's ETN. Down to the 10. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Jaguars trying to add to their lead. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20.
Hey, kill. Here we go.
Lawrence in the pistol. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
24. Here we go.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And he runs it across, touchdown! The Jaguars grow their lead just before halftime. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars take a 3-possession lead.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one's complete right side. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. With 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Gets it to him on the screen. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there. I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
2nd and 10 now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Jaguars are going to take over from deep in their own side. Now Lawrence on the play fake. Buys time, rolling right. On the run right, throwing deep down the... Big gain downfield. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Hey, easy,
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Out of the gun, Lawrence. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Easy, easy. Hey, Lion. Silver.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. We've got a screen to the running back. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
The kick by Shudak is good. And our first half ends with 3 points. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, run.
Now a carry by ETN. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Now a give to ETN running right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
This is ETN. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Go. Rip, 23. Big 13 heavy.
Counter give to ETN. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Hey, Silver.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Go.
Lawrence looking to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. On is Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars grow their lead yet again. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And look at this return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Devin Lloyd making the play. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Return starts at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. Second down now, 7 to go.
Let's go.
They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Back to the well again. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. That's that running back's come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down. And he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly. He sure made that one look routine.
He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker, on the stop. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Ready. Go!
This time it's a passing play. Dumps it off to his running back. He gets loose down the right side. There it is. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys take a small chunk off that lead. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys take a molehill off that mountain as they still trail by 27. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
He'll give this up the middle to Etienne. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Hey, go!
Here's Etienne on the give. And he's short of the 1st after a mile gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. That was Micah Parsons making that play. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Hey, run! 30 left. Hey, kill! Here we go.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that 1st down, and he went and got it.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
On red. Here we go.
They'll try it left with Etienne. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down by Deron Bland. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Hey, let's go.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They just get the play off. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Just one quarter standing between these teams and Turkey in this Thanksgiving contest. The Jaguars have it as we start this 4th quarter, and they can probably go on cruise control pretty soon with that lead.
Ready up.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Take right open. Open. Ready, ready.
Here's ETN. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Heavy. Hey, smash. Hey.
On 2nd down, it's ETN. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Looking to his fullback now. And he's able to get this down to the 13. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Setting up the screen. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Hey. Easy. Read up 24.
Man in motion out of the slot.
Think right.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Route.
He finds him right side. Touchdown, Jacksonville. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Cam Little to kick off for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Right up the gut. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Another carry for him. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Second and 13. In the hands of Flanoy. Complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Ready? Go, Chap! Go, Chap!
They'll run it here on third down. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one. After I'd imagined dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights, and of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
Returnable from the 2. Returns looking good so far. And they'll be looking at some decent field position. He's out of bounds up towards the 35. Here's first and 10 from the 34.
Hey, Lion! Here we go.
Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go.
Hey, run!
Etienne again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Quickly looking left, and it's complete. Into the red zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars continue adding to an insurmountable lead. On is Little for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars continue piling on to this lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set. First and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Setting up the running back screen. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
Seven Pirates. Ready?
Here he is on third and long. Throwing the out route complete. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys trying to do some window dressing. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Shut up!
Here's a give up the middle. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Second and 8. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
That's the first down, and he's still fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. Oh, but the fumble goes out of bounds. Ooh, close call there. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Go!
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Got a man, it's Flanoy. And this is all for cosmetics as he's in for the late touchdown. The Cowboys putting up points in a game decided. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one right down the middle. And the Cowboys take 7 points off the deficit. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
On red. Silver.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Connects on the crosser. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Here's Etienne on first down. And he's brought down after a short gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. That one's complete right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's 1st and goal. Sticking in the air with Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Second and goal, backed all the way up to the 14 here.
Hey, hey. Go. Here we go, son.
Another try following the sack. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Buckle up, it's third and goal.
Hey, easy. Route.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's got it! And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And they're going to get to celebrate both the Thanksgiving holiday